Hello, welcome to Phantasy Star Online 2. Still in the first chapter of episode 5. The long one, slow burn. Like always, pretty much all 5 episodes so far have been slow burns. We just finished off the battle of the plains here, and so now continuing on.
My uncle has always been a wise and kind man. He treated me well even before I inherited the role of maiden. I've always looked up to him greatly. I have accepted everything he told me at face value. What was I about to pen in this nation's history? In the continuation of our nation's founding legend?
Lady Elise.
The sword and strength I inherit exist to slay the Crimson Fellworm. They must not be used to other ends. Perhaps those teachings have simply been an excuse for me to avert my eyes from reality. Lady Hariette, Mr. Luther, and you, legendary savior, guardian. Let us work together to stop my uncle. If parley isn't possible, then we must at least curtail any further madness.
Do you understand what your words entail, Sword Maiden?
I am resolute. My uncle took the life of the king.
Then I expect you to see this through to the end, O legendary warrior. And if what we do turns out to be wrong, then by all means, turn your might and blade upon us.
You needn't so much as speak the words.
Sweet, we have her on our side. Guess now this will be a time to watch this scene.
Pardon me. I'll call you Guardian, as Lady Hariette does. Greetings. My name is Elise, and I have been appointed the Sword Maiden of this era. It's a tremendous honor to meet a figure from the legend in person.
But, aren't you also a figure from the legend, Elise?
I come more from tradition than legend. In every generation, the Sword Maiden's blade and strength is passed on solely to a chosen one.
Her blade and strength, huh?
You must be tough stuff.
I don't know about that. I've never considered comparing my strength to that of others. My strength exists for one thing and one thing only. My power is meant to be used to slay the Crimson Fellworm when it returns to life one day. My sword and the power I have inherited do not manifest, except against the Fellworm. That is the nature of the legend. It is an outdated legend, fraught with burdens of obligation. Yet, I cannot make light of it. I cannot be separated from our unbroken history. As the nation tilts this way and that, my blood relatives fall like so many flies before my very eyes. Yet, I still cannot wield my strength.
I can only imagine how painful that must be.
But it is my duty. For I am the last line of defense against the inevitable return of the Fellworm. No matter how painful or miserable it may be at times, I have never once resented it. That's how beings of legend operate, isn't it, Guardian?
Emergency announcement! We have confirmed the presence of a photoner fleet in the vicinity of the Oracle fleet. All ops, prepare to attack!
Moving on. A Palace of Monsters. I think that Alice one was supposed to be before the fight.
The revolutionary army led by Hariette bore down on the royal capital and laid waste to the Castrum Demonica. Their unbreakable momentum and their inexorable march led them to the outskirts of the royal capital, where Lutz resided. A cold, stone castle stood behind the walls. Hariette gazed up at it quietly, remembering her days there. Twento Royal Castle. It brings back so many memories. And Lutz is there now.
Reports we're getting claim that he's condemned the followers who have remained with him to forced conjuration labor. He's a fool of a king. He's let the Castrum Demonicas and the Ephemera blind him to his own methods and purpose. Salvation for him will be difficult indeed. Never did I expect to lay eyes upon someone even more condemned than I.
Let us go. We must put an end to this.
Can do.
Curses, curses, curses! What's wrong with seeking power and resources? It's all for the good of the nation. My hand is forced. I shall summon a Castrum Demonica in this place and crush this rebellion personally! Yes, justice is on my side. Using a legend to stir the people and sow chaos in the royal family is a crime. There can be no more room for compromise! I don't care if you are a savior. Who needs one? As long as we have Ephemera. Yes, the legend is but a relic. With this, O people, O world, bear witness to the revision of myth itself!
A final battle. The revolutionary army led by Hariette bore down on the royal capital as they overcame Lutz, treachery, and laid waste to the Castrum Demonica. The battle to determine the fate of Quinto was about to begin. Why do I have to search multiple blocks? I'm the only one that's going to be playing it. Let's go.
The battle for the Castrum Demonica is about to begin. We've confirmed deployment of the Arx Demonica and anticipate a fierce battle. Summon Buster Rams, destroy barriers, and destroy the Castrum Demonica upon interception. Good luck. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
There's nothing but tutorials for Buster Quest. So what this first chapter felt like. Fortunately, there's only one more quest after this.
All personnel, prepare to commence battle! Don't forget to collect mana! Mana readings are increasing!
Die for me.
Enemy forces attacking! Defend the Buster Towers!
Long range. Oh, you bitch. Photon. Phantom.
Enemy numbers are dropping!
Could probably drop one of these here and focus on the other side.
Most of the enemy forces have been routed.
Phase end. Alright, time to summon the Ark ship's Buster Ram.
A Buster Ram is being summoned.
Man, the Phantasy Star universe nostalgia from that effect. Sound effect. Might be in the original Phantasy Star Online as well. I don't know. It's been a while since I played it.
Buster Ram summoned. Escorted to destroy the Arch Demonica.
Good thing is these two are right next to each other. Just kind of sit here in the middle and shoot. Or do this, this would be better. Son of a bitch stunned me.
All Arch Demonicas have been destroyed.
Time to attack the Castrum Demonica.
Oh yeah, there's a new second defense. Ugh.
I'm getting massive energy readings from the Castrum Demonica.
Oh, you are a son of a bitch.
Enemy numbers are dropping.
That damn flower, hurry up and spawn on it.
Mana readings are increasing.
Finally.
You can jump the defensive mechanisms to the Castrum Demonica.
Okay, gonna get that upstairs. That's
Bring
fine.
the Castrum Demonica down. Finish the Castrum Demonica off.
It's supposed to be him firing a laser at our base. Is that what that countdown is for? He's dead down there.
Castrum Demonica's annihilated. Victory for us.
Firing his laser.
Great work. Now head on back.
Hooray! And that apparently is the end of Lutz. Lutz.
Lutz managed to summon a Castrum Demonica to protect the royal capital. But to no avail. The Guardians struck it down. But Lutz refused to admit defeat. He fled into Coento Castle. Hariette's group pursued Lutz to put an end to the revolution. The setting? Coento Castle, the throne room. Here, the war ravaging the nation was to finally meet its end.
This cannot be. It can't. It can't. It can't! This can't possibly be right! The Castrum Demonica, the power of ephemera, defeated at the hands of man?
Lutz! You have nowhere left to run!
I'm not done. Once I destroy you all, my grip on the throne will be ironclad!
Such destructive power! Is this too the power of ephemera?
Even as a mere catalyst, this is what it's capable of. Now you see why our nations are all so interested in studying it.
This is no time to gloat!
Damn this cursed flower!
The ephemera! Hariette! Ah!
Let's not get violent with my sisters now.
I fought for the nation. Why do you oppose me? Hariette! Luther!
For the nation? Now there's a poor jest. In what way have your deeds served the people?
The nation and its people have no desire for war! That is why the savior of legend, the Guardian, sided with us!
Uncle,
Alice, of course. You can smite these fools and bring peace to the land.
that I cannot do. My sword and might have no place within this conflict.
Even Alice the Sword Maiden betrays me. Have you forgotten all I've done for you?
Please, Uncle, surrender. Your cause is not a just one. But Mistakes can be rectified. Ply your skills for the good of the people, and join hands with us once more.
Join hands? For the good of the people? You delude yourself, Sword Maiden.
Uncle!
Our power and intelligence serve one purpose, and one alone. They exist to be offerings to the land and the world. That is what Ephemera is for.
Triggering a runaway mana reaction? How stupid can a man be?
You'll all join me in death. The world must be destroyed. All of history must be destroyed!
The exits are all blocked! I think we're trapped here!
Sword. Legend. I call upon you now. Fleeting wings, I bid thee come forth. Exit!
Huh? Are we outside the castle?
Was that instantaneous teleportation? I thought there was no such sorcery.
There is but one method. The Sword Maiden calls upon the legend to work an ancient miracle.
Oh, what was the name of the skill in the classic games? It's like Hinias or something?
I wasn't certain that would work, but the sword answered my call.
Did you notice that? I didn't pick up any warning signs or anything. Not even Ark's technology could pull off an instant no-prep teleportation. Maybe it's something along the same lines as the magic that Alma uses. Ah! The castle!
His delusions of grandeur were his downfall. The throne Lutz so desperately craved will be his tomb.
Yay.
Emergency op announcement. We're deploying a counteroffensive against the Photoner fleet. All ops, please join the operation.
No, because I'm in the middle of episode 5.
What did you find, Varuna? Any sign of Lutz?
None that we could find, ma'am. It's safe to assume he was caught up in the collapse.
I see. Elise.
I am fine. I was ready for this. My uncle's madness was plain to see in his final moments.
Perhaps he was a smokescreen.
Huh?
It seemed to me as though he was being controlled by a far greater will.
What will would that be, Luther?
I can't be certain just yet, but the Savior wouldn't appear for a mere dispute over the throne.
Yeah, he's got a point.
This problem spans beyond our nation. Disaster looms over the whole world. Wouldn't you agree, Guardian?
A new kingdom.
Cuento Castle and its Pretender King were no more. In light of this, Hariette's first act was to proclaim that the capital would be relocated. With the royal capital in chaos following the castle's collapse, she established a provisional capital in a neighboring fortress city. As the people went about the process of relocating, one issue remained unresolved: the lack of a royal heir. There was only one woman with a claim to the throne, and she continually refused to accept it. It's too soon for me to take the throne. Please, Luther, take my place.
No, this is your job. For one thing, my claim to the throne was stripped away. A fact that is very much public knowledge. To deny the people an heir would be to disappoint them in their hour of need. Hariette, it is your duty to bear the weight of the crown.
Must I? Really?
You'll be okay.
That is most reassuring to hear from you, Guardian. But
Harriet's pretty young. Don't you think it's a little too soon to give her that kind of responsibility?
She's already been leading an army. She should be fine.
There is no such thing as too soon or too late in matters of royal succession. Suitability is all that matters. Ys Artia to the east has a young child as their head of state and national symbol. Epic to the west has a divine queen who acceded to the throne at 17. No older than you. Age is irrelevant. What matters is whether the would-be ruler has the resolve to devote themselves to their country. I have no such resolve. That's why I erred so grievously in my self-righteous research, and why I was stripped of my claim to the throne. But you, Hariette, you have that resolve, my sister.
Luther. Guardian. Very well. In the name of my royal line, I, Hariette Renata Reina Cuento, do hereby humbly accede to the throne. Guardian, I beseech you, illuminate our way and support us in our hour of need.
I don't have much of a choice. I mean, there's a black hole eating everything up.
I have a status report about the Cuento Royal Army. They are transitioning peacefully to the new regime. Some forces have left the military to become mercenaries or bandits, but not in any large numbers.
However, there are still castrum demonicas in the land. They will persist even if their summoners perish. They are not weapons that will simply fade away. We must continue destroying them. I hate to place this burden upon you, Guardian, but please aid us in this.
You can count on me.
If only it were in my power to control a Buster Tower, I would gladly assist.
We're searching for more people capable of using Buster Towers, but so far we have no prospects. Surprising no one, I'm sure. Castrum Demonicas are born from the use of ephemera. Destroying them requires power on the same level. For the Guardian to activate a Buster Tower without ephemera shows their power is easily on par with that of ephemera.
I'm not sure I care for your tone.
I meant nothing by it. I was simply stating the truth. If the truth bothers you, perhaps there's something weighing on your conscience.
You love deflecting, don't you? How about a simple thank you for once?
I think the fact that I don't even remotely question your background would show gratitude aplenty. Is that not enough for you?
Oh, forget it!
In addition, we've been investigating Lutz's followers to gauge their intentions. But so far, we haven't come up with many red flags. In fact, most of them seem grateful you've ascended to the throne, Lady Hariette.
My uncle held things to his own personal standards, and often made unreasonable demands. He was already getting backlash as it was.
Does that mean everyone's going to be happy with Hariette's revolution?
No, I doubt things will go so smoothly. In a struggle for the throne, one must follow the victor, at least on the surface. Cuento isn't a monolithic entity. There are others besides Lutz who extol the virtues of ephemera. I'm sure such people will pay lip service to our ideals, while secretly awaiting an opportunity to strike and overthrow the royal family. Which is why we must never let ourselves be seen as vulnerable. Thank you for your report. Keep up the good work.
Alright, and to finish off the chapter,
Ah, Lady Hariette, should you be walking around this humble place?
Mind your manners. I think you meant to say, Your Majesty?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Lady Hariette is our ruler now.
What did I just say?
I'm still just barely getting on my feet as a ruler, so feel free to keep calling me Hariette.
Lady Hariette! Lady Hariette! What's a ruler?
Well, a ruler is somebody who represents everybody in the land.
Are they big and important?
No, they're not big or important. They're the same as everybody else, just a little higher profile.
Ooh, are you a show-off, Lady Hariette?
Well, yes, I am a show-off. I'd be embarrassed to do it all by myself, so I hope you'll all be there to support me.
Totally! Yeah! Yeah!
Lady Hariette!
Lady Hariette!
Lady Hariette!
Lady Hariette! All these people flocking to her! They must really love her!
I wouldn't quite call it love. Prime Minister Lutz, that is, the former king, burdened the people considerably to maintain our national prestige. The people are excited to be liberated from those burdens, and they have high hopes for the next regime, as I see it. That and I've often snuck out into town since I was a young girl, so people tend to know my face. They know my character as a politician. It is a relief to them. That is why they support me, and why I must live up to their expectations. This is the first step towards restoring our kingdom. Making the people happy is a king's most basic duty. And while I work to earn the trust people place in me, I have more duties besides. Luther and I still have a goal: to seal away ephemera for good.
alrighty, and with that, that ends up our chapter 1. Then we're gonna do episode Alma, which requires going back to past episodes. Just a useless email. Anyway, stopping this part here. Thanks for watching.